And welcome back to the X Games. We've got a great Saturday matchup going on right here. It's going to be Evil Geniuses taking on TK. I'm excited, man. I've been on break. I didn't get to cast the first match. It was a good one, though.
It was really good.
Optic Nation, they started to make a little bit of a fight there, but at the end, it was too little too late, right?
Yep, it was very, very close. You had Miracles on the team chat, really trying to get himself pumped up,
Yeah.
get the team pumped up, but just
They struggled to get it going, yep.
They really did.
And they're done. That's 2 losses for Optic Nation, so they're out. They're out of the tournament. I think that's tough loss for them.
Really tough, especially at the X Games where everyone really wants to get that gold medal.
No doubt about it. I'm sure that team is frustrated, but now we've got EG versus TK. They're warming up here in a free-for-all, and we're about to get things here going shortly. The first 3 maps off the veto actually are all going to be freight, so that should be interesting.
Freight.
Yeah, they like freight. So our Domination, SND, and Blitz games will all be played on the map freight. That's kind of how it all panned out through the veto system. But what have you been surprised about all weekend so far?
Surprised about?
Yeah. Has nothing surprised you, Benson?
I would say so far, I think everything is kind of going how we thought. Nation getting knocked out, definitely not. That's
I
the
actually
biggest
had
surprise.
higher hopes for Nation, especially since they outperformed Gaming last time that they played an event. I just didn't see that happening, I guess.
I don't know what it is. I just don't think they were clicking. They weren't in all cylinders. Like, you know, in terms of the slaying potential that team has, it just wasn't really there earlier on. But obviously up next, you talk about slaying potential quiz, Evil Geniuses versus TK, EG, a team which is all about that slaying potential. You said it yesterday when we were actually casting over them. I remember you saying you could pretty much put TP in any other team and he would be a top slayer. He's that talented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. TP plays an objective role for the EG squad, but I honestly think TP could be a top slayer on any other team. That's what makes him. That's what makes him such a great player. And you know what? Let's take a look at the Evil Geniuses lineup. They've been nothing but an amazing team. These guys have won consecutive tournaments. You've got Karma, who is the back-to-back Call of Duty World Championship winner. He's clearly an amazing slayer, one of the best in Call of Duty. He's been just taking care of business for this team. And then TP, the guy we were just talking about, a very selfless player. He actually really rounds out this team. One of my personal favorite players in Call of Duty for everything that he's able to do. He just is such a versatile player. And then Aches, certainly a vocal young gentleman, but also very successful. Him and TP teaming for all the years that they have. I believe Aches has had something like 16 majors now at this point, the most winningest Call of Duty player in the history. And then you can't mention EG without Crim6. Crim6, an amazing slayer himself. Crimbot, certainly a focused individual. And again, another player that just rounds out this all-star squad. I mean, this truly is an all-star team.
It really is. It's just an amazing
the numbers don't
team.
lie either.
They've won so many. I think they've been in every single grand final for the past year and a half.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like a record which is never ever going to be broken.
No, I think they are a dynasty throughout esports, not just in Call of Duty. And now we've got Justine on the floor with TP. How's everything going down there?
I don't know. How is it going?
Feeling good. Had some monster this morning. We're all ready to go. Let's get into this match.
All right, so before we get into this, you had a little bit of a close call yesterday with SB. So how are you feeling? A little bit stronger today?
Yeah, definitely had to work out the kinks in that first match. We usually do that in tournaments. The farther we get into the tournament, the better we do. We relax a little bit as a team. So we're going to come out a little bit more energy today, and we're going to take it to TK.
Now, as far as TK is concerned, what do you think their strongest game type is?
I'm probably going to have to go with Search and Destroy. They've gave us some problems in the past. We have a little bit of a rivalry with them. Going back to Black Ops 2, we played them a lot in the couple tournament finals. So really have to make sure we play consistent in Search and Destroy. Don't give any away free rounds. Got to watch out for Apathy. He's a beast, so that's what we're looking at.
So now in X Games Gold, now you guys have pretty much known to win a lot of tournaments. Now, what would that mean to you guys? What would that be different than winning any other tournament?
Yeah, although there's no prize here, the prestige of winning an X Games Gold medal is like none other. I would put it up there with winning champs this year. It's just a prestigious thing. I'd wear it around pretty much everywhere. It'd be cool.
You everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. I'd be that guy.
To sleep?
I'd be that guy.
All right. Now, in the next group, we have Optic Gaming versus Envious. Now, going into this, who do you think is the stronger team?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna give it to Envy though. They're our brothers in blue. Got to support them. They're all really cool guys. I feel like it's gonna go down to that last map though. But Envy Search and Destroy is just so darn strong. I'd put it up there with ours, to be honest, and I think they're gonna take it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna send you back in there with your team. So good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Back to you guys in the booth.
You know you're confident when you're like, Envy's game is so good, it's almost as good as ours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's great. So TP, a good guy. They're getting ready. They had a little bit of struggle versus SB.
They did.
They won by 1 point in that strike zone domination. It got real close. Then they dropped the search and destroy game and looked like we might have seen a potential upset, but ultimately EG was able to get things figured out, and they did take home the win. So this is their second matchup here. You got to think that the TK match should be a little bit more difficult for them.
I mean, you would think that, but it's kind of as TP said. You know, they tend to start tournaments relatively slow, and they'll maybe drop a couple of maps here and there, potentially drop series. But then as the tournament progresses, they get a lot better. So for me, if I'm TK, I'm kind of worried inside that booth because EG, as TP said, they're going to come into this game and they're going to take it for TK.
Yeah, and there's no chance to really warm up in an event like this, an 8-team, group play, single elimination bracket. You've got to bring your A game right off the get-go. Rightfully so. That's what you should expect from anybody performing here at the X Games. But let's go ahead and take a look at our TK lineup here. And again, this is a very strong squad. I like the team they've assembled here. Goonjar, he's a newer player to the Call of Duty scene. He really came on big in Black Ops 2, and a very talented player at that. A nice Slayer role that he's able to fulfill. Again, still newer to the scene, all things considered. However, Sharp, on the other hand, is a Call of Duty national champion. He's been playing around all the way since Call of Duty 2. I first met Sharp in 2009 at the Call of Duty 4 National Championship. Neslo, a newer player as well onto the scene. He came in particularly in MLG Dallas 2013. Modern Warfare 3 was his first competitive game. He plays more of a support role, a good leader for that squad. And then Apathy, just an absolute monster, as TP was saying. MLG Columbus 2011, his first tournament that he performed in, and been around since Modern Warfare 2. So the TK lineup certainly capable of going toe-to-toe with this EG squad.
Oh, 110%. I mean, you look at Apathy, for example, US champion, he actually beaten.
Yeah, he was on the SB squad that actually did beat the complexity at the time there. Yes.
I think we worked out the other day, I think it was like 11 players who can say that they've beaten EG.
It's a very, very small and elite group that has found their way to being able to beat such a dominant lineup in this EG squad. And actually, on the floor now, Justine is speaking with Apathy from the TK lineup. How's everything going down there?
Oh, it's going pretty well so far. We're minutes away, and you guys are about to play. I mean, how are you feeling? You're a little nervous at all?
Not really. I feel great, and I'm just ready to play and hopefully win.
So now, what do you have to improve on from yesterday?
We had to fix little mistakes like in respawn. We had to fix little mistakes, play more as a team. And then search, we just had to close out and as well play more as a team. Like you guys know, we just started teaming about 2 months ago.
So for you, what's this been like adapting to this new roster?
It's been pretty easy. I mean, I kind of filled in the roles Theory used to play, and we both kind of had similar roles. I'm just more of an aggressive player, so it's been pretty easy, and I've been fitting in pretty well.
Now, playing in a tournament with these guys, I mean, this is the X Games. What is this like for you?
It's an amazing feeling. I'm really stoked and pumped. I can't wait to continue playing and hopefully make it a Sunday.
So you played out some great plays in the past with EG. Can we expect anything really cool today?
Yes, really expect it.
Okay, come on, give us a little more than that.
Well, yeah, we did play them at regionals and other past tournaments. We beat them at regionals, and I played really good, and I'm ready to do the same thing again. I love competition. I love playing against the best, and I love performing really well.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to that. So best of luck to you guys, and we're going to send it back up to you, Fwiz.
Thank you. All right, so we've got everything kind of squared away here now. We got to speak to both teams. What do you think the outcome of this squad is going to be?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah, just go ahead. Let it rip.
EG 3-0.
3-0.
It's Freight.
You say oh now, not nil. We've really Americanized you, haven't we? My goodness.
Wow, I didn't
When I first started
that.
casting with you, it was always 3-0. Times have changed you, Benson. You've changed. Yeah, so 3-0. You're not even going to give them a map?
It's Freight. To put it simply.
I was going to go 3-1 because I think that they're going to be able to pull off that S&D game. Nope. You're not even feeling it. No, I mean that is a
Freight. Freight is just EG's map. They just love it. You know, you heard Embers, I think it was earlier on, talking about it. Spacely talking about it, saying how on Freight, EG pushed the 3 cap and they hold it.
That's the crazy thing about holding a 3 cap on Freight.
They just do it as if it's nothing. It's just as if it's another part of the.
It's only a small area you have to keep the players in to be able to maintain a 3 cap as well. It's really not an easy feat to do.
It's very, very difficult, but they make it look easy. S&D as well. I mean, the last time I saw them lose was actually against Optic Gaming at 6-5 on Freight, but normally a very, very strong EG map.
Optic, a very good SND team as well,
exactly.
especially when you know, you've got Scump and Nate Shot firing on all cylinders as well, and Clayster.
But then Blitz on Freight, I mean, when Ghost first came out, we saw them drop, I think it was 41 caps.
That's
on
ridiculous.
Blitz Freight. So,
we should probably implement a mercy rule at that point, right?
Yeah, you probably
like Little League, like Little
the
League
surrender button.
Yeah, surrender button, exactly. Yeah, no, so that was I think, all right, you got me a little nervous about my 3-1 prediction with a 3-0, but let's take a look at the brackets before we jump into this match to see how everything's panned out. If you haven't been able to check out how things have kind of been going here, yesterday we did kick off the tournament with EG beating Strictly Business 3-1. Optic Nation losing just a close one to Team Kaliber. That was 3-2. And again, Optic Nation losing today as well, so they are done for. So this led us up to this EG-TK match that we see here. You've got then on the right side of the bracket, last night we closed out with Team Envy beating Curse Orange. Curse Orange having to play with a different player as their fourth man on the roster. Optic Gaming beating FaZe Red 3-1. That was a good matchup. Actually, FaZe Red started to show some life there in that search and destroy after being down 4-0, but Nate Shot and Scumpy both scoring aces in that Warhawk S&D, and actually Nate Shot closed out a ace S&D to win it while also unplugging his controller and almost missing the defuse. So it was, yeah, it was pretty crazy. He got so pumped up that he got the ace. It was an amazing play, but he pulled out his controller and then he had to plug it back in to get the defuse.
That would have been the most awkward
Oh, if he missed
moment.
the defuse, man, I would have laughed. I would have still been laughing from yesterday. But thankfully he didn't. So that's what led them here today. Then we've got an Optic Gaming versus Envy matchup later on this evening, and I don't think that never gets old for the Call of Duty space.
Never. It seems like every major event as well. Those two.
I'm going to tell everybody right now. I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize, but that's at 7 p.m. Central. So if you guys are looking forward to that, that is Envious versus Optic Gaming at 7 p.m. Central. You're going to have to go to Google to do your time conversions there. I apologize.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. But right here, right now, we are about to kick things off. TK versus EG. You're calling a 3-0.
I mean, I'm just being completely honest with you from the way I see this. Looking at how dominant EG have been over recent times. TK as well, they kind of struggled in their first game. They just got by, but hey, a win is a win.
And you called EG to win this whole thing.
I did. I said, I kind of, I always go for that sort of prediction of, oh, someone else is going to win, EG going to be dethroned. Then I kind of just...
And they just have yet to be dethroned.
Except I'm just playing my card safe every time. I'm just going to say EG going to win it.
There's no doubt that
for a year and a half I've been wrong. I deserve to be right a few times.
The house odds certainly favor picking EG. And we're going to jump into this game number 1. It started up. Get things going here. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we did do through the veto system to figure out the maps that they're going to be playing. Coincidentally, it is going to be Freight for our domination game. Then we go into a game number 2, Search and Destroy, that will also be Freight, and then game 3, which will be Blitz as well on the map Freight. So we were going to be staying on this map, which I think is kind of interesting. At very few times do we find ourselves playing the same map 3 consecutive times. I actually don't know if I've ever commentated it 3 consecutive. Yeah.
I mean, we see Sovereign.
It's usually something.
S&D and domination the last 2 of the best of 5, but Freight 3 times in a row is kind of unusual, I'm not gonna lie, but there you can see it on your screens. Domination Freight, exactly how it pans out, where those flags are as well. And I don't know, I just, when you look at the map and you just see how important that B flag is, it's so in the open that realistically you think the team that first gets control of that B-Dom flag should control the game. But the really interesting stat about EG and the way they play Dom Freight from the MLG Pod League is they had the least amount of domination caps in the league. And what that tells you is they capped the 2 flags. They kept the home flag and the B flag, and then they just kill everything. They do not let anyone else on those flags.
Particularly on this, it's you've obviously got to knock players down before you make a move at one of your your B flag. But this one is so difficult because the lines of sight that comes in and the close quarters that Freight is. You've got to everyone just pounds together there on the B flag, and it can get out of hand sometimes. As we're gonna jump off board. Who do you want to watch? You trying to?
I want to have a look at the perspective of Aches. Aches is a player that we haven't really spoken about that much. It seems like, Krim gets a lot of attention, TP as well. Karma, 2-time world champion.
It's actually difficult as a commentator, to cut, because all 4 of these players end up going off, and you actually, there's never a clear, concise person to ever watch here. As Aches is able to pick up a nice kill. That's going to be 3 TK players down, leaving only Apathy up on the board there. Aches pushing through crates, trying to make a closer move to that spawn. And right here, you could see the aggressive behavior that EG carries to the team as they now do have control of the B flag.
Karma actually has a couple of plays around there. Neslo cleans him up. Nice anticipation from him, but TP is still on that B flag. He's going to get traded off that though. Aches back on your screen, starting this game off 6-2 for us, so he isn't wasting any time whatsoever. Karma 3-2, TP 3-2 as well, but look at the accuracy Aches has with this Vector. It's just godlike.
Yeah, when you see somebody using an SMG and it reminds you of your skill set with the Remington, that shows you how talented these players really are when it comes to just being able to control the gun. As we're on board with TP, he is just hanging out here. Again, they've got these guys just trapped back here in the spawn setup. You've got players moving on crate side. TP's going to get taken out right there. Struggling to get out. They're finally going to push that other back spawn and start moving in the middle through White Brew. So this will allow them to at least get out of it. But EG doing a great job just setting their presence, to TK, letting them know how dominant of a team that they are.
Sharp, meanwhile, for TK, he was trying to get out, and it's actually Gunjar that got out of that spawn trap first, and that has allowed Neslo to escape all the way through, and now he's in a rare position here where he can actually just go for that cap on C. Now, what I expect to see here from EG is for them to flood that A flag. TK need to defend it, though. Neslo's gone for the neutral. He's actually jumped off. I don't think he realized just how aggressive EG were being. There's going to be one EG player who's run all the way back. It's going to be Crimsic, so this is a big gunfight for Neslo. Can he win it? No, he can't. Crimbot comes out on top, but TK have dived on that B flag. It's Apathy on there, but again, 3 more players go down. Gunjar still on the B flag. He's down as well. And TK, they got out that spawn trap quiz, but they just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, and it looks like EG's already taking back B as Aches just dumping on Neslo and Sharp there, picking up the 2-piece. Finally, Gunjar was able to stop him here, but yeah, EG already controlling that B. Somebody from the TK roster trying to get it out there, but not going to happen as Karma was able to pick him up. That was Apathy for TK that tried to make a move on the B flag. And now you're seeing a little bit more of an aggressive push coming out of TK as EG is starting to get a little bit backed up here, but again, still having overall map control, certainly holding B.
Let's have a look at TK, see if Apathy can try and grab this B flag. Problem is, his teammate goes down, and you can't jump on that B flag when 4 players from EG are alive. It's just never going to end well.
No, and to be honest with you, you really need to make sure 3 are down, because at any one point, one of them can go off and wipe out your entire team when trying to cap B, and that is the name of the game for Domination if you're newer to it. You certainly never want to jump on Domination when all of the players are up on the map. It always is more advantageous to do so, and at this point, TK is so frustrated with their inability to grab B that now they're just going to make a push on C and try to split it, but not able to do it. Now, however, he did neutralize it, but quickly Karma comes up, and now he's going to get the points back here, and it really didn't work out too well for them.
That's the second time we've seen them do it. First time Neslo tried it, didn't work out for him. Gunjar just tried it, and it wasn't successful. TP needs to try and defend that B flag. He does pick up the kill just on Gunjar, but all 4 players from EG do go down. Now TK, in the last minute of the first side of Dom Freight, are able to get control of that B flag. Now they just need to hold it, maybe even try and put some pressure on EG, push for that trip cap, see if they can reduce the deficit. It's high risk, but potentially high reward.
And Apathy hanging back here, trying to pick up a kill. That's going to be 4 down rather for the EG squad. This is a great opportunity for TK to make a move here and start to push these guys and get them stuck in C. So for the first time on this side in 4.5 minutes, this is the first time TK has gotten map control.
Yep, and they need to just... It looks like they're not even really going to push for that trip cap yet. I think they're just going to play for that just casual, score reduction, deficit reduction rather. I mean, 86-62. TK, big deficit for them to try and reduce, to be completely honest with you, especially considering how Aches is already on 17 kills for us.
Yeah, Aches is just on fire right now, and really TP as well, if you look at that, but can't discredit what Sharp's been able to do for his team on the TK side, and although the last 45 seconds, maybe a minute, they were able to get a little bit more map control, hold on the B. It was mostly a struggle for TK in that first half.
TK really need Gunjar to step up in that slaying department. He's a player which you normally used to seeing at the top of that leaderboard. Very, very intelligent and talented individual, but 7-11?
7-11 is not going to fly against EG. You're absolutely right, Benson. Truer words have never been spoken.
You need to always play your best whenever you play against EG. And I'm going to stay with Gunjar so he can pick things up in this second side off the break. He's using that Remington weapon of choice. Like EG flooding that B site, seeing if they can get any control whatsoever. Doesn't look like anyone's going to push it just yet, but TK are going to now go for it. Gunjar is pretty much on it, but not actually capping it just yet. There it is. Now TK actually could grab this flag.
Yeah, they are going to do just that as shots are being fired. Gunjar was able to take out TP right there. as now they do have control of the B flag. That's in the hands of TK as we switch over. And we're going to be jumping on with Aches here as EG is going to try to grab back control of the B flag here. But again, the name of the game is going to be knocking down some of these TK players, so he's going to start pushing this C flag here. And he's just trying to find somebody to pick up some kills here.
Now look at the difference between the way TK did this and the way EG do this. So when TK did it, they flooded out of their base and they went straight to that C flag. The way Aches has done it is he picked up a kill, then went for it. He was a bit more calm and collective about it, but he's going to have one more player challenging from that right-hand side. Doesn't win the gunfight, and TK, to their credit, are starting a bit of a comeback. Sharp 19 kills, Apathy with 16. That deficit has been reduced now just to 12 points. EG finally get their home flag back, but TK, they are bringing it to EG.
No, this is huge. TK is starting to come alive here, and now only a 10-point difference here for the two teams after how dominant EG was on the first side. You've seen mostly map control from TK here in the second side. And I got to say, Apathy is a monster right now.
Sit down.
And, you know, he in Season 2 of our Call of Duty League, he's got the best KD on domination, particularly on Strike Zone, but it still shows you how dominant he can be on this particular game mode. Finally gets taken out at the hands of Crim6 as we switch over to Sharp. He picks up a kill. Neslo gets taken out. That's going to be 2 down for TK, but also 2 down for EG. 109 to 106. Benson, it's only a 1-point difference now with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, there's still so much time. Anything could happen. Now, TK got a little bit lucky there. Gunjar picked up a very important kill on that B flag. They got a little bit overzealous. They pushed for that trick cap, but it didn't really work out in their favor. But luckily, as I said, Gunjar was able to get that defensive play on the B flag. Once again, someone from EG pushing behind enemy lines. It's Aches once again. He's highlighted in yellow on that minimap. But right now, it is all TK. They are slaying absolutely everyone down that they run into. And, you know, you look at that kill feed, and it's all TK again. Sharp and Apathy both with 20 kills apiece. Aches for TK, he's just been roaming behind enemy lines. Finally was taken down. And EG just can't get control of their own base right now, Fliz.
I know, it's struggling for EG as TK has a nice lead here. Let's actually jump on board with the TK side and Apathy and do a listen in to hear how these guys are talking.
It's back green, he fell.
Top white dead.
Nice. Fell.
B, they're playing for B, they're playing for B. You got my cut? They're hopping it, they're double hopping B. You guys gotta get A. Awful! One more!
I want to B.
One more on A, one more on A.
B, where is
Kill
he?
that one kid on B. It's one kid, guys.
Kill him, man, get him.
He's to the right.
One shot.
You gotta kill the kid. Where's he?
Mid.
Everybody throw nades. Good job, Apathy alive. I got him. We got it. The crates. Front brute, dead.
Dude, don't even get it on B.
Front Owens. Kill that kid, front Owens.
Yeah.
He pushed C. I got your crates. I'm making crates. Just stay alive. Hold. That guys are mid-out. They need B, guys.
Did you go in to see this guy?
Top crates. Watch out. Good shit, Ep. He's front. A search. There might have been a guy to go to C. TV might have gone to C. I have crates, guys.
You just
bump B.
He's from white.
I'm nading for white. He's top white, I think. I'm not sure. Yo, Logs, he pushed log alley. They're getting on B. Two on B and there's gun for white.
Logs.
We went off this. They have to 3 cap. Don't play back. Do not play back. Yeah, don't play back. They need a 3 cap, guys. They do need it. But only for half a second.
I'm waiting.
Bottom Owens. He's awful. Front Owens.
Hold C, I'm gonna get it.
He's bottom Owens. He's going underpass.
Hold C, I'm
holding C, guys. I'm literally holding C. You guys can push up. Bottom Owens. They're gonna push the 3 hard. They know they gotta push the 3.
Yeah, they're gonna push that hard.
He pushed. He's flanking.
Hurry up, get out of here.
Another guy C. I spawned C. He's weak bottom crates, Kim. You can't let him get a 2-piece. Everyone camp A. One more C. Camp A, we win. Yeah, bottom blue, back blue. Good job.
Everyone's still alive right here.
5. Top crates. Woo! Good shit, guys. Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Benson wasn't right. TK picking up game number 1 on Domination Freight. That is huge. Man, what a turnaround for Team Kaliber. I was just wildly impressed with how well they played. Gunjar, who fell asleep in the first half, came alive in the second half for his squad. Just a slow start for him. But that is a massive, massive game for them.
US champ Apathy 30-22 with those 3 caps. I'm amazed with what I've just seen from TK in that second side.
Not only was it EG, like they were firing on all cylinders. Just seeing them work like clockwork was impressive to watch.
And what really impressed me as well was when we went into that listening with TK, you heard them, and they already knew the maths. They looked at the score, they worked it out. They need the trip cap, but only for half a second.
Yeah.
And when you had that knowledge in the game, it just makes your life so much easier. And the way that TK played that was absolutely picture perfect. You see Crim6, he doesn't even know what just happened.
Yeah, no, and for someone that doesn't show a lot of emotions, yeah, that was certainly a really good game out of TK. I mean, it just seemed like it was EG as usual, just standard business as they were in the first half, and they had complete map control literally for 4 minutes and 15 seconds there. And then on that second side, though, that's all TK was doing, was complete map control. They were winning all their gunfights. That was a huge battle out of those guys. And to see TK up 1-0, this is good. And if you're TK, you just took a slaying map away from EG. Like, now it's time to focus up on Search and Destroy. Like, it's a very, like, they can beat them. That's, this team is capable of beating them.
They've been cursed. They've played against EG so many times in grand finals and never been able to take them out. This could be their time.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be back to bring you game number 2 to see if TK can keep this momentum up and maybe knock a loss off to these Kings.